What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing some Selesnya Token Counters, or counting tokens, or tokens that get counters, however you want to say the name of the deck. Yeah, we're doing just what I said. We're going wide on them, smashing them to pieces, if I do say so myself. It's 12. You know what that means? That's a finale of glory. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't even know how many units we have on the board right now. That's going to be our mission today. I had somebody ask if I would take a stab at this a while back, and I kept trying to make a deck, and it kept seeming to be like, eh. And even this deck, if you go up against control that has a lot of board wipes, like Time Wipe, or Deafening Clarion, or you know, most of the board wipes, it's going to be rough. And I'm going to go ahead and say this, this isn't a serious deck. You know, don't take this deck into ranked. I'm sure you could get to gold with it pretty easily, or at least okay easily. But I don't know about past that. So again, don't go spending all your wild cards on this unless you just love tokens and you love jank. And yeah, which this is probably one of the least janky token decks I've made, because I've made a lot of janky token decks. Nonetheless, yeah, we're gonna go and hop into the deck tech or the deck breakdown, and then right into the games. But as always, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We try to keep the decks more so fun than competitive. So if you're looking for competitiveness, this probably isn't going to be your favorite channel. However, if you have a deck suggestion or a deck request, I'll definitely take it into consideration and build the best version that I can, or at least the version that I think has the most fun. So furthermore, if you have any suggestions on this deck, future decks, or past decks, leave them down in the comment section below. And if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. It does help the video, helps me, helps the whole channel. So without further ado, we're gonna hop right into explaining what this this madness mess of cards is. Kicking us off, we're gonna have 3 copies of Legion's Landing. This is gonna give us a 1/1 white vampire creature token, as well as whenever we swing in with 3 or more units, it's gonna convert over to Adanto the First for it, which is gonna be able to tap and add 1 white mana, or we can tap this card plus 3 other land and create a 1/1 vamp. So it is a token generator, as well as a land, as well as another token generator. Anyways, moving us down, we have 3 copies of Llanowar. This card's just going to help us ramp, help us get out things like Ajani and Tendershoot and Tristani all, you know, a turn or 2 early. Moving us down, we have 2 copies of Grateful Apparition. Now, this card doesn't tend to survive very long, but when it does, boy oh boy, are you having fun. Whenever Grateful Apparition deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, that is important to note, proliferate. So, you know, give an extra counter to every creature that already has a counter, give an extra loyalty counter to your Johnnies. So yeah, just a fun card, good card. Moving us down, we have 3 copies of Saproling Migration. Obviously, if we're playing token counters, we're going to want a bunch of tokens. So what better way than Saproling Migration? One of the best token generating cards, in my opinion. 2 mana to create 2 1/1 green Saprolings. Or if you kick it, you can create 4 1/1 green Saprolings. Then we have 3 copies of Song of Freyalise. This is going to make it a lot easier to get down a lot of your spells. So say you have, you know, 4 Saprolings on the board, whatever it may be, and then you throw down a song, that's going to be 4 extra mana, allowing you for a bigger March or a bigger Finale of Glory, or it's going to allow you to get down your Tristani, Tendershoot, all that, you know, yada yada nonsense. Furthermore, on the 3rd step of the lore counter, we're going to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control. They're going to get Vigilance, they're going to get Trample, and they're going to gain Indestructible. So huge Anthem effect on that 3rd step, and yeah, it's going to put a counter on all of our creatures, which is kind of the name of the game here. Moving us down, we have 3 copies of Unbreakable Formation. This card is going to give all of our creatures Indestructible, and if we play it during our main phase, it's going to also give them a +1/+1 counter and give them Vigilance for the turn. So, again, fits right into what we're trying to do. Evolution Sage, we have 2 copies. Little pre-warning, forewarning here. Don't play any more than 2 copies of this card. You do not want to draw Evolution Sage and have nothing to proliferate with, right? because then you're just spending 3 mana to get a 3/2 down, which honestly isn't that fantastic. So moving us down, oh yeah, an Evolution Sage's ability, whenever you play a land, he's going to proliferate. So he has the potential to be super strong in this deck, but at the same time, he's very easy to remove. It's 3 mana, so it's not like Grateful Apparition where you only pay 2. And again, if you have nothing to proliferate, be mindful, right? Anyways, continuing on, we have 3 copies of Pledge of Unity. Now, I'm actually really liking this card. It's not the best for More of the Spark, but it is a super fun card. So for 3 mana at instant speed, we can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control, as well as gain 1 life for each creature we control. So yeah, helps defend us against aggro, helps build our creatures up. And say you're up against aggro and you have a 3 health creature or you have a 2 health creature and they go to either shock or lightning strike it, Pledge of Unity can not only bolster your health but help you make sure that unit survives and waste a little bit of their burn. So moving us down, we have 2 copies of Shalai, Voice of Plenty. Now if you wanted to go up to 3 copies and go down a copy on Pledge of Unity, that's perfectly understandable. Honestly, I think Shalai is much better than Pledge of Unity, and 3 copies of Shalai would be perfectly fine in the deck. Nonetheless, that being said, I try to keep the older cards to a minimum. I don't say, to the lowest number possible, but at least, less than the newer cards, as we are still in the beginning of the set. I won't say at the very beginning, but, I still want to showcase cards from this set primarily. So, 2 copies of Shalai is plenty. You and planeswalkers you control and other creatures all have hexproof, so long as Shalai is on the board. Furthermore, you can pay 6 mana and put a +1/+1 counter on all of your creatures, which again is the name of the game, and the hexproof is just an added bonus, right? So, moving us down, we have 3 copies of Ajani the Greathearted, coming down with 5 loyalty, +1, you can gain 3 life, -2, you can put a +1/+1 counter on each of your creatures, and, well, the second effect doesn't really help us here as we're not playing other planeswalkers. However, if you are, Ajani will give them an additional loyalty counter as well. So yeah. Oh, furthermore, his static ability is all your creatures have vigilance, which is super strong and should not be left out. 2 copies of Tendershoot Dryad, just another token generator, and Tendershoot is my boy from way back, so of course we gotta slip him into the deck. Trostani Discordant doesn't give your creatures counters, but it's still really good, right? Because you're trying to build up all your tokens, and then you play a Trostani, which gives you 2 more tokens, as well as giving all your creatures +1/+1. It's yeah, it's a solid card. Solid card to have in the deck. And then we have 2 copies of Finale of Glory and 3 copies of March of the Multitudes, which are kind of going to serve the same purpose. Obviously, March is going to be getting down a lot more and a lot easier because it is instant speed and it is Convoke. However, Finale of Glory is really strong, and combined with Song of Freyalise plus your tokens, it's a hell of a lot easier to get to that, 10x, or I mean even 8x. You're still creating 8 2/2s, right? So it's still a very good card in my opinion. Nonetheless, that's going to do it for the deck tech or the deck breakdown, and now we're going to hop right into some matches. Weaverson Barbosa going to be our first foe of the day. This is not where you want to be, right? It's great that we have all these, but we have nothing to put the counters on, and that's always a scary position. This is also very scary. But I'm not going to mulligan down to 5. Y'all know me better than that. So, yeah, scary. Oh, you know what card I forgot to tell in the deck tech or the deck breakdown? Karn's Bastion. We are playing it in the deck, but I feel like it's a pretty obvious reason for why we're... Okay. why we're playing it in the deck. Adds colorless mana, as most colorless lands do. And then for 4 mana, plus tapping this land itself, so basically 5 mana, we can proliferate. So, it does have its uses, and we are going to go ahead and Pledge of Unity here, just because I want to get my creatures big fast. Go and give them the counters they need to stay alive, hopefully. Or our opponent can just crab the Canarium, because that's a fun play too. So we'll go ahead and throw down Legions. feel like this might be a Dimir control, which is really unfortunate. I've ran into a lot of control matchups this morning, which has been, for lack of better words, shitty. Very, very shitty. So, that's fine. We have 2 Tristanis in hand. He's going to make us discard 1. If we draw into a land, we're doing pretty good. We'll be able to proliferate with Karn's Bastions once we do. Oh, nice. Ask and ye shall receive. So, we'll get down to Tristani. They're probably going to trade their zombie off so their Davriel can stay alive. Maybe not. Okay, no. Well, that's fantastic for us. Kra, thankfully, won't kill the Tristani. Ritual of Soot won't either. Though it would put us only having a 1/4 on the board. They're probably going to remove the Tristani. Maybe a Vraska's Contempt. Enter the God Eternals. You know, tomato, tomato. So, now their 6/6 can swing in and give them lifelink. Yeah, this is going well. And by this is going well, I mean this is not going well. We'll swing back at them, at least get our Danto converted over. Now we need some way to put counters on our creatures. We can block out their 7/7 with the vamp that we can create. See, we just tap and create and defend. But we need some way to make our units bigger, big enough to deal with this zombie that's going to continuously grow. Either that, or we just continuously make a unit to defend out against him, and eventually build our board up so big that we can just go wide. Although it's probably going to be difficult. I could definitely see them running Ritual of Soot, though maybe not, as it would kill their own zombie army, whereas Kra does not kill their own zombie army. So, you know. Hey, Shalai, you beautiful beast, you. You're a way I can put counters on my creatures. You just stay alive. Something tells me they got like a Vraska's Contempt, though. 4 mana, that's, yeah. It was wishful thinking to hope, but, you know, we can do it anyways. So we'll swing in with 2. We'll leave 1 unit back to defend, as we don't want to be taking 8 damage to the face hole. And we'll just keep sifting through this this game against a control deck. We're kind of at a standstill, as I can continuously make units, and oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good, actually. Okay, so we actually are going to take the 8 damage this turn. I'm not going to play Unbreakable. Let's hope they don't have another Davriel in hand, because that would just be unfortunate. But Unbreakable Formation gives us a way to start stacking our tokens and start building them up. So, again, we're going to take the non-damage. I'm sorry, I said 8. We're going to take the non-damage to the face here. And sure, we'll go ahead and create 1. No blocks, we're gonna take it. Alright, then on our turn we can Unbreakable, and we won't have enough actually to activate a Karn, so we'll need 1 more land. Ooh, that's rough. The reason that is rough is because Unbreakable only puts our units up to 2/2s, which is still perfect range for a Kra. So let's see, how do we do this here? If we do this again, we're only gonna have the 4. Okay, so then I can do this. We'll tap the Adanto to add the 1 white mana for our other legions. Maybe if they don't counter our legions. What's going on here? It's a Legion's Landing. Just let it land, you know? Syncopate. Alrighty. Well, they're gonna choose to syncopate. I'm gonna decline because, you know, reasons. And I guess we'll just Unbreakable all of our units that we have right here. 3 units is still perfectly fine. Let's hope they don't have a Spell Pierce. Knowing my luck, that's what it would be. No? Alright, we'll swing in, get some health back. And yeah, our units are a little bit bigger. Let's hope they don't have another Cry. That would certainly hurt. Dreadhorde Invasion? No. Okay, just gonna make their zombie token even bigger. We are gonna take this 10 damage, by the way. I'm not sacking out any of my units. We can't afford it. Hey, Saproling Migration. So we can proliferate and play the Saproling Migration, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's get these units out of Cry of the Canarium range and give us some units to defend with. Now we could wait and have kicked out the Saproling Migration, but with the way our opponent's playing, let's get some defenders. Let's swing in with some lifelink. Maybe. If our opponent will allow it, that is. We know they're playing counters and are willing to syncopate Legion's Landing, that's and a Saproling Migration. Alrighty. So their unit's going to be up to 11. We can deal 9 here, which means essentially we're only taking 2 damage, so we're going to be down to 10. Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, we're going down to 9. I'm sorry. I forget they had 2 Dreadhorde Invasions. Alright, well that's okay. Oh, 3 Dreadhorde Invasions. Right. Well, the thing is, they still only have 1 unit, so sure, you know, it's gonna get big quicker. Eventually we'll be able to just go around it, so let's go ahead and proliferate. And Song. And more than likely all in. Let's see if they Vraska's Contempt. Yeah, I was about to say, eventually they're going to want to start removing my creatures. But for now, that puts us up to what, 17? They go up to 15 with their zombie token, so we're going to have to be mindful on this next turn, like make sure we keep a defender back. Guys, we're going to go down to 2 health here. That's okay. I like living on the edge. I'm going to have faith that they don't have anything. Okay, so we can throw down Unbreakable and cast Karn's Bastion, I think. Is that really where we want to be, though? Because we also need to get down a unit that can defend out against their zombie. And our creatures aren't going to be big enough to double block into their zombie next turn, so I think we for sure need to do this, and then we'll see what we have left over. We have enough for Unbreakable. I kind of want to save it just in case they get a board wipe, right? Unbreakable is just too good. So I guess this is fine. We'll go ahead and swing in. We still have the defender back. We'll gain back up to 10. Sure, they're gaining life at a much higher pace, but that's okay. Like I said, eventually we'll be able to go wide on Weaverson Barbosa here. As long as they can't ever make their zombie creature unblockable. Goodness, that gives me the shudders just thinking about. Okay, so past the blockers. Oh, not you. Past the damage. Alright, so on this next turn, our creatures will go up to 5/5, 6/6. Ooh, Pledge of Unity. Pledge of Unity. Okay, so they go up to what? 6/6. They go up to 7/7. Still not enough to double block into the to the 18/18. See, if we play this, we do still have enough for Pledge of Unity or for Unbreakable. They have Indestructible and they got the extra counters. Alright. We'll go ahead and attack all in just like this. And end our turn. And we'll probably cast Pledge of Unity at the end of their turn, but we'll wait and see if they... Well, their zombie can officially one-hit us. So that's scary. It's also gaining them 21 life every turn. Why do I stay? Because I have faith. I have 100% faith. Go ahead and pass. Alright, so pledge. Make all of our units a little bit bigger. Oh no, they're about to remove another one of my units. Give me a second. No, syncopate. Okay, well, I'd much rather them syncopate that than my Unbreakable, right? So, if we play Tendershoot, we don't have enough for Unbreakable, which is super unfortunate, but I think we have to take a leap of faith at some point. So, this is going to be that leap of faith. But Tendershoot is fantastic, because now we can actually go wide on them. Even with their zombie token amassing so much every single turn. Ooh, they chose not to attack. That's spicy. Oh, and we have 2 Unbreakables now. Okay, so that's fantastic. I'm actually gonna wait a turn to cast one of these Unbreakables, I think. Well, hell. Let's live in the moment. Let's cast it now. And then we have another one for their turn, so we can go ahead and swing in with everything. They can't kill it, so it doesn't matter. Alright, they're down to 38. Fantastic. We're gonna we're gonna keep creating Saprolings. Anytime they go to kill our units, we're gonna Unbreakable. So, ooh, that's awkward. That's really awkward. Well, I guess we just go ahead and Unbreakable here then. Otherwise, Kite Sail is getting in, and we don't actually have any removal in this deck, oddly enough. So, if you want to play some Conclave Tribunals, by all means, it's a good card. So, I mean, I think we just Karn's Bastion here, right? Make all of our units that already have counters a little bit bigger. And they're making sure to keep back their 27-27 now, which is kind of nice that we have that board threat. I am going to go ahead and play the Guildgate. And then I think we're going no attacks. We want to wait until we're wide enough to just go around them, right? And if they don't swing in, you know, eventually their Dreadhorde evasions will bring them on down. So Eldest is perfectly fine here. We're just going to remove a Saproling. What creature are they going to look to get back, though? Maybe one of ours? Our Tristani? I mean, Tristani's okay for them, but it's not going to work nearly as well with them as it is with us. Sure, it's going to make their Kite Sail big, which I guess is a win con. But we're actually at more health than them now, so... Oh, they're swinging in with their 30-30. They want to replenish that health a little bit. I'm just going to chum block it. Like I said, we're gonna get big enough to go wide enough. I do believe. So do we have enough? We'll have 4 mana afterwards, which again is 1 Sha. That's unfortunate, but I do want to get the Shalai down, so yeah, let's do that. And I think we just all attack. Right? Let's get in as much damage as possible. They're not playing white mana, so they can't have settle or any of that. They're just going to take it all to the face. Okay, so they're back down to 31. We're all the way up to 58. We can throw down a vampire if all else fails. That is a big, big zombie. I don't have any cards to discard, so that's fantastic. We'll pass to attackers. More than likely, they're coming in with the 33-33. They are indeed. We will resolve all, and then we'll pass to blockers, and we will block with the Saproling. Pass damage. Now, we'll create the vampire. Now, some will probably say that creating a vampire and blocking with that is a little bit better than the Saproling, but I want the lifelink a little bit more than anything else. So here's a song. Here's a song that I like to sing. Wonderful. Give all of our units a +1/+1 counter. And honestly, we could do it again if we just tapped out 6 units, right? But I think we're just going to swing in here. Again, they're not playing white mana, so no settles to be had. We just swing in with all of our hexproof stuff here. Keep the Shalai back. But yeah, we're doing just what I said. We're going wide on them. Smashing them to pieces, if I do say so myself. Ooh, phone's going off. Alright, so eventually we will be bigger. We will be better, stronger, faster. It's amazing how we came back in this game too, because we got so low. We got all the way down to 2 health. And now we're at 76. Now we're on top of the world, you know, that's just sometimes how life goes. That's why you gotta keep your head up. As Andy Grammer would say. Or Graham? I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the man's name, so we'll block with the 3/3. They'll gain 37 health, and sure, they keep going back up, but that's okay. Now our Tristani returns to us because apparently they don't know how to read very well. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. Oh, Magic is very literal, I've found. Wizards of the Coast are very, very, very literal. So we're gonna go ahead and use Shalai again. You know, Shalai and Karns are kind of the same thing. Karns does cost a little bit less, but Shalai gives new counters to all of these, well, the new tokens that we create. So we are just gonna smash face here. We have 2 10/10 tokens. That's crazy. We have 2 8/8s. Multiple 6/6s. Hell, even our Tendershoot Dryad is a monster. It's not right. It's not fair, really. So yeah, I think we could have been attacking in with the Shalai, and I think we can, honestly. But, oh, Weaver Soot and Barbosa just gonna scoop it out. They don't want none. We had the biggest creature tokens I've ever seen there. Nice. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and hop into a game 2, and this probably will be it for this video, as, you know, that game 1 took forever, and I try to keep my videos, you know, to that 20 to 30 minute mark. So, yeah, on into a game 2. Just Grip. Gonna be our second opponent for the day. Just grip it. Just do it. Oh wait, that's Nike, I'm sorry. So, fair hand here. I don't love seeing the song. I'd rather it be something like a Saproling Migration, to be completely honest, as then we could flip the Legion's Landing, have the 5 mana for Tristani, you know, get the ball rolling. But song isn't terrible. And my phone keeps going off. Whoa, what is this? Deja vu. We're playing against the same guy. Or woman. We're playing against the same opponent, it appears. Alrighty, so another Dimir Dreadhorde control deck? Probably? Yep. Alrighty. You know, who am I to say anything about it? So we're gonna go and play Song this turn, and here's why. Next turn we're gonna play the Tristani. And then that'll boost our Tristani plus all the units our Tristani gets out. So, yeah, it'll be fantastic. We could have waited 1 more turn, I suppose. Well, 2 more turns, because we would have got down Tristani, played Song, and then played March. But here's the thing. With token decks, and I know myself personally, I do it often, I keep trying to wait, right? Like, oh, I want a bigger March, I want to have everything hit at the right time. Instead of waiting for that, you know, if you just go ahead and play the cards that you can and get the value out while you can, you'll do a lot better. Because all of that waiting, it just takes so long, and by the time you finally get to that point that you want, your opponent's probably got an answer for it, right? It's got, or they have some removal or some some bigger creature, right? Like this 5/5, which is, you know, getting a little scary. You should probably put some removal in this deck. Oh no, Cry. Cry is going to hurt us so bad. Thankfully, we're going to keep our Tristani out, so there is that at least. And we have a March to replenish our board. Unfortunately, Song is only going to go off on the Tristani, so, you know, things happen. You move on. We could play a March for 4. It's not terrible. Alright, we're just gonna wait. Wait till next turn, I'll play a March for 5. Solve all. Alright, so their zombie is big enough to start giving them life back. So this is kind of the same position we were in last game, right? Where we were like, oh no. Oh no, no. Alright, so enter the God Eternals. That's gonna hurt. Do we want to just march here? We can march for 3 and get our Tristani, our other Tristani down next turn. We have 3 marches in the deck, so it's not like we'll be losing out on huge value. I think so. So we pass the blockers and then we tap everything. Oh, whoops. I guess we could have just hit the pay feature down in the bottom. That's okay. So we're going to be up to 5. Ooh, Unbreakable. That's fantastic as well, as long as everything can survive this turn at least. Yeah, so we'll be up to 5 units. We can swing in with these 3, gain a little bit of life back, and transform our Adonto over. So now we can actually have Unbreakable. So that's nice. That's something I actually didn't think about, was the Legion's Landing. So yeah, sometimes it comes in clutch. Honestly, if they swing in, I think we may just take the damage. We'll see. We have an Unbreakable, so hopefully they don't go to Vraska's Contempt anything, as Unbreakable doesn't really solve that. Wow. That's pretty much how we called it, right? That's okay. It is the mirror control, so it's pretty much exactly what we went up against in the last game. Again, I'm just gonna let them hit me. You know, I'd rather have 5 units that I can proliferate up and swing back at them. Sure, they dealt 13, but I'm about to deal 10 right back, so that's fine. No, actually in this situation, anytime you're going to play a Legion's Landing and you already have an Adonto first fort down, make sure you tap the Adonto, so then whenever you play the Legions and you swing in with 3 units, you replace the tapped Adonto for your untapped Adonto, and you essentially get double the mana, right? Okay, so go ahead and Unbreakable. Yes, we could have waited for their turn for them to have a... Well, hell, Kraz hit us. The only thing that would really matter is Ritual. But again, I don't believe Dimir control decks would run Ritual if they run Dreadhorde, right? It just doesn't seem like a good idea. You don't want a Ritual set your own... Okay, so Tyrant Scorn, sure. We're going to keep the one that's untapped. And next damage. So we'll still get in 8. That's perfectly fine. We can still make a chum blocker that doesn't have any counters on it, so that's fine as well. And hey, looky there. Me and our opponent are at the same health. Commence the end game. Sure. So at least this deck is a bit different than the previous opponent we played. They seem to be having a bit more fun, you know, not so controlling and all that. Let's go and get down a unit, and then we will go block there, and of course we'll swing back in with our 5 life linkers. Hey, Llanowar. It's not exactly what we wanted to see at this point in the game, but it's something, so... Awesome. And if nothing else, we're building our own healths back up, so... Need to get a Karn's Bastion or some way to get our units just one bigger, right? Because that cry that could hit us would be so detrimental. So either a Karn's Bastion, Pledge of Unity, Ajani. Oh, Ajani would be fantastic. I would absolutely love to. Even a Grateful Apparition would be fantastic, right? So, nonetheless, we will stick with the game plan here. Block there. We want to keep the Llanowar up just in case we get a Finale of Glory. We're at what, 4, 5, 8, 9? So we're 3 away. Hey, there's the Grateful I was just talking about, and how grateful I am to see it. Oh, you don't have to tell me. I know my jokes are bad. Okay, I'm 23, but I already make like stupid, punny dad jokes. It's okay. Of course. Alrighty. I feel like blue-black is the, hey, stop having fun color scheme. If our units will all attack here. Hell, I guess we could have swung in with the Llanowar as well there. But yeah, blue-black is just so... Let me play my shit. Damn. You play your shit, let me play mine. Of course, their shit is, you know, making sure that I can't play mine. That's a interesting mechanic for a game, right? Gonna thought erasure, I guess just for the surveil. Always feels good when someone thought erasures and they get nothing. They get nothing from me. Hey, and they tossed one to the graveyard, so yeah. Fantastic, we didn't get hit with one of those early, right? So again, we'll continue this tirade of them attacking, us attacking, neither one of us ever gaining any leverage, just both of us stacking health to enormous amounts. Of course, they're stacking it a little bit faster. Come on, I'm flooded enough. Give me something playable, game. So we'll go ahead and use that Llanowar that I was talking about last turn that we should have. Alrighty then. So their zombie's gonna be up to a 30-30, which again, it's not that bad, right? Hell, we saw last game I was able to pull it out perfectly fine. Entered the God Eternals. Sure. What'd they just toss? Another land, so I'm fine with that. But the March of the Multitudes is a bit of a bummer, as we could have marched for like so many. Of course, they would have probably got their Cry of the Carnarium right after, because that's how our luck goes here. But that's okay, because it would have been nice to see. Ooh, Ajani! I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Hell yeah, give me the Ajani. And then we're gonna minus. And then we're gonna attack. And then we're still gonna have enough mana for the chum blocker. Ha ha ha! Nah, I bet you they're wishing they hadn't used those Vraska Contempts earlier, huh? Well, they hit a Tristani, so maybe they're perfectly fine with that. Alright, Ajani. You got this. You burly beast, you big old boy. That's a little odd. Definitely gonna block there. So they're up to 117 health, which cool, you know. Hey, Tendershoot, our old friend and pal, and of course we're gonna minus the Ajani again. Who would I be if I didn't, right? Alright, so let's take them back down out of those 3 digits. Let's bring them back to reality. Snap back to reality, as Slim Shady would say. Oh, there goes Rabbit. He choked. Alright, I should probably stop before I get hit with copyright. So yeah. What you gonna do about it, Zombo? Got a problem to pick. Alright, so I'm not going to keep the lifelinker around this time. We have 4 already, that's perfectly fine. And I don't think life is really... Ooh, Karn's Bastion. That's what we wanted to see. This is coming together beautifully. Alright, so we do need to go ahead and plus the Ajani, because even with the Karn's Bastion, you know, Ajani's in lethal range. So, we got some good stuff going on here for us. We're not going to attack with the Tendershoot. I think our units are going to get bigger quicker, right? Because we have more units gaining more counters. His unit gets 2 counters, and it's gaining him a lot of life. I think mine are doing it better. So this is kind of an interesting matchup to see, right? Oh no. You just had to go throwing a flyer into mix because you couldn't win it fairly. Whatever. We'll deal with it. We have 3 Ajanis in deck, and I think this is the first one I've seen, right? Yeah, this is the first Ajani I've seen. So we got more. We got more where that came from. Don't you worry. Your pretty little Zombo head. I think I am just gonna keep the lifelinker. Why not go back and forth with it, right? So Ajani will survive hopefully one more turn. He does indeed. Hey. Another land. I don't know if we really need to play it. So we can Karn's Bastion +1 on the Ajani and at least keep him alive for one more turn. But is that really what we want to do? No, because then on that next turn we'll either proliferate or, well, maybe. That's not a terrible idea. Tell you what, we're just gonna go ahead and minus them. We have 3 or 2 more in the deck, like I said. So let's go big. I think I'm fine with leaving the land in hand. Alright, so we'll swing in with all of our 7/7s, our 6/6, our 5/5s, hell, even our 6/6 Tendershoot. Let's see what they do. They're up to 145 health, so, you know, they got health for days. Well, 95. They can kill our Ajani here, but that's okay. As long as we don't just keep bricking on land, we should be okay, so. And I think we're actually dealing more damage to them now than what they're healing, if that makes sense. Let's see. That's 28 plus 6 is 32? Well, hold up, that's not right. 28 plus 36 is 30. Oh my goodness, 28 plus 6 is 34. Don't ask me about my math. We're just going to create another one of these little guys. We are going to block with the 1/1. Bye-bye, Johnny. You fought well. You definitely brought us back into this game, so it was a pleasure to see you. Ha ha ha. Gotta feel good when you do something like that, right? You keep a land in hand and they try. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. That's a nice one. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That makes 12. You know what that means? That's a finale of glory. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't even know how many units we have on the board right now, but it's a literal fuck ton. We have 24 just in these units over here. 4 more over here, plus a Tendershoot. How many units do we have down? Good lord. 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 13, 23, 33. We have 33 units on the board. And just Grip is gonna scoop it, so Dimir control. Can't handle a little Selesnya Token Deck. That's awesome. So yeah, we are gonna call it a video because, you know, we played for a long time against those Dimir decks. Nonetheless, I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.